Into the Radius is beautifully insane. Everything that's been put in this game has been put there purely to just drive you into mental instability, whilst simultaneously keeping you amazed at every single bit of scenery you see in the game. Even the grass looks fantastic, except for this one. This very special type of grass contains a very special chemical called death. Now you might ask, why is the grass trying to kill me? And the truthful answer is, I don't know, but it looks good. Even the magical lightning bolts that appear out of thin air look graphically pleasing to the eye. Okay, look, I didn't ask for you to be here. I was just minding my own business and then you spawned in a ball of lightning. Even if it does spawn a little person who decides to scream and shoot at me, maybe I haven't actually explored the story enough to fully understand, or just wasn't paying attention, but I have no idea where the origin of these little dust monster things came from. I really don't like how literally everything is out to kill me in this game. I mean, even the frickin' air is performing some sort of deadly activity, which is almost certainly gonna kill me. And these things, what are they? It's just a collection of ash and dirt that wants to eat me. I don't know what you'd call them, ash, remnants of people or something, but I have to respect the devs in a way that they even managed to make something as simple as them look pretty good, even if there are some that camp like COD players. Or drain the life straight out of my eyes. That's also a personal favourite that I absolutely hate with a passion. But don't even get me started on these little octopus things. These, along with the COD camping shotgun people things, are the only enemies I would say needs to crawl back into the hellhole they came out of. Another notable name that I thought I might add is Sally the Sniper. I'm still to this day waiting for the moment where she actually lands a hit on me, but at the same time I'm kind of speculating at the moment that she has severe cataracts, or just some form of vision impairment. To call her aim atrocious is an understatement. Aside from all of that, I think the main spectacle of the game is the guns. Not only do they look fantastic like the scenery, they don't try and spontaneously try and kill me, apart from, you know, the odd cases where there is someone else trying to shoot me with one, but we don't look at that. They look incredibly well polished, but I would tend to argue that the sound is much better than the looks. A good portion of my playtime in the game was actually spent in the shooting range. Just to hear the clicks of cocking the weapon and shooting it is just so nice to do. I can confirm that I had multiple eargasms from doing it. I find that the shooting range has become the equivalent to a sanctuary. Its sole purposes are for guns to go pew pew and help you forget about the insanity that lies within the game. I even think the difficulty has a huge part to play in how beautiful everything is though. I mean, not to boast or anything here, but I would consider myself a survival game veteran. Some of my incredibly early days playing survival games happen to include Don't Starve, which I feel like a lot of people have forgotten. And because of this love for survival games, there must have been something inside of me that possessed me to put the game on Iron Man mode, to really get a feeling of what it would be like to live under a weird looking sun that constantly transports me to the Netherrealm. But at the same time, it helped me actually respect the game a lot more for what it is on this mode, mainly because you have to incorporate a lot more stealth into how you try and do missions. And I don't know, it really gives that sense of the apocalyptic feeling. I also feel like a lot of games could really take some inspiration from Into the Radius, seeing as a good portion of the VR games that are coming out right now on Steam happen to include this. And for very obvious reasons, I'm not going to show any of the imagery that was tied to this game because it's not worth getting my account banned. There are some slight criticisms I have of the game though, and I'm not really sure if it would be a good idea to have these problems resolved or to just keep it as it is. One of these problems happen to be the visibility of the cubes. They all have a very small indicator when they appear, and most of the time, I don't know if it's a problem with my settings or something, my brightness isn't bright enough, or maybe I'm just chronically blind, but these things are so annoying because it's really hard to find out where they are. At the same time, I kind of think that is the difficulty aspect of it as well, and I'm not really sure how you would make it more visible without being too visible, so I don't know, I think it's just something I'll have to put up with and just try and master somehow. Another minor inconvenience that I'm having having happens to be that at some points, my hand just doesn't hand. It refuses to grab certain objects sometimes, and it's very annoying. I don't really know what's causing it, because for the first half of the game that I was doing, everything was working fine, and then all of a sudden, it just occasionally doesn't want to grab anything. And sometimes I can spend something like 5 minutes trying to grab a drawer, for instance, before I give up. Another criticism I have, which is probably just me complaining at this point, is that there is a very limited amount of stuff that can actually heal you. Regen artifacts, sleep-in, and syringes are your only form of getting health back. I was hoping for the very least that when I was out on a mission I could drink a Red Bull or something and just regen health that way, because syringes are incredibly hard to come across, unless you buy them from the shop of course. And at first it kind of didn't make sense why drinking or eating didn't regen my health, seeing as 99% of all other survival games did exactly just that. But again, I'm not actually 100% sure on getting that changed, mainly because that is just a unique aspect of what Into the Radius is. It is just a brutal survival game which does not give two shits about you. Well, that's all I've got for today. Thank you very much for getting to the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like, because that does help me out a lot, and YouTube would probably enjoy it as well. And if you enjoy VR related content, please do remember to hit the subscribe button, and I will hopefully keep you updated every other week. But until next time, goodbye. Okay, now that I've properly established that even the grass can kill me, this stuff right there, I find it incredibly weird how I've had no ailments whatsoever from smoking, which is weird, seeing as everything else in this game wants me dead, that this doesn't actually do anything to me at all. In fact, to prove this, I've been chain smoking at least 3 packs over the course of, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, and I've still received no ailments from it at all. It just does nothing to me. The amount of times I have died in this place is chronically insane. It is just the biggest piece of insanity ever. And the only reason why I've been dying so much to this place is because there are mimics that camp with shotguns. I came here and bought this game to play a survival game about cubes that try and kill me, not to replay COD.